Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how you can make 2D player movement in Godot. So first of all, we can see that we have a time map here, and we can just start adding our character. So let's go and add a new scene. It's going to be a 2D scene, or we could make another one. Let's create a character 2D body instead. And here we can add an animated sprite, and we can start by doing the character's animations. Now in the inspector, click on animation and select a new sprite frame, and just open this up, and here we can see our animations. First of all, we can name this idle, and we can select some sprites from a sheet. So let's choose assets, pixel adventure 1, assets again, and then here we can go to this one and get the idle animation here. And now we can set the size of it. So this is 1 vertical and I think like 10 horizontal maybe. Okay, it's 11. And just select these sprites and add them. Here we can set the speed to 10 FPS. And this is our first animation. Now let's start with the second one. For this we will add a new animation and name it run. And again set the size of it. So this one is vertical 12, no, horizontal 12, and then vertical 1 again. Add the frames and adjust the speed again. After that we can add 2 more animations. So the first one is going to be the jump animation, and the second one is fall animation. So this time for jump we will just select this, and this is 1 by 1. And for the fall, here we will have 1 sprite again, and we don't need to adjust the speed because it's just the same frame. And the animations are done. Now we can add the collision to it. So first of all, let's move this character body around here, and then we can now add a collision shape 2D, and then here we can select the shape. Let's go with rectangle for example, and let's move it to around the middle. So maybe we can make this a bit smaller. And here, let's adjust this a bit. And this looks good. Maybe a bit to the side as well. And now our character is complete, and we can just start by adding the script to it. So let's add a script from here. And let's see. Let's select the scripts file here and open this and save it there. And we can also save the scene in scenes, and that's it. And now let's go back to our script, and it looks like it has added a default script, but we can just delete this and make our own. And let's just start by adding the variables. So first of all, we want to make them all export, so we can set them in the inspector as well. So the first one is going to be the speed, and we can also set it to 6000 for example. After that, let's also do gravity. This can be 600, and we want to have a jump force, but this has to be a negative number, so we can do negative 250. And after that, we can just get a reference to our animated sprite, so just select this and press Ctrl. After that, we can get our start function. Ready function. I'm a bit used to Unity, that's why I said start. And here we can get our animated sprite 2D. Or let's make this shorter. Let's make it animated sprite. And we can play the animation. We want to play the idle animation. After that, we can get our function physics process, and here we can first of all make a new function and call it handle input, and we can also give delta in here. So delta is the time that has passed from the last frame, and we're going to need that. And then we can handle movement. Here again we need the time that has passed from the last frame. And at last we will handle our animations. We don't need delta for that, so this can just stay. So first of all, we can do the handle input function. Let's just get the function right now. And we also need the delta here. And in this function we are going to check if we pressed an action. So let's call input.isAction pressed. And here we will get UI right. And if we pressed UI right, then we will move right, of course. So we can get our velocity dot x, so the horizontal movement is going to be speed, and we're going to multiply this by delta. So this is going to make sure that no matter which FPS the game runs at, it still will have the same speed. And else if, we can just copy that and just right left here. And then we will set our velocity.x to the opposite direction. So velocity.x is going to be negative speed times delta again. And if we don't have any action pressed, then we can set our velocity.x to 0, because we are not going to move at all. And after that we can also do one for the jump. So if input.action just pressed, or is action just pressed, and here we can get the action UI up, and we also want to check if we are on the floor. And if that's the case, we are going to set our jump force, our velocity.y to jump force. Now let's do the next function, and that is handle movement. So let's do a function and handle movement, and again we need the delta. And in here we will check if we are on the floor or if we are not on the floor. And if not, we are going to apply gravity. So velocity dot y is going to be plus equals gravity, and again we will multiply this by delta. And after that we can just move the player with the move and slide function. And now let's do the last function, which is handle animation. So let's write function and handle animation. This time we don't need the delta. And first of all, we can flip the animated sprite if our velocity.x is smaller than 0. So first of all we can do this. Velocity.x is not 0. Then we can get animated sprite dot flip h. So this flips on the horizontal axis, the vertical axis, and set this equal to, let's see, velocity dot x smaller than 0. And after that we can do the other animations as well. So first of all we're going to check if we're on floor. And if the character is on the floor, first of all we will check the velocity.x. If it's equal to 0, then we want to play the animation. So animated sprite dot play, and we will play idle, else we will play run. If we are not on the floor, first we are going to check. So we are not on the floor, and then we are going to check if our velocity.y is smaller than 0. And if it is smaller than 0, we will play the animation fall. So animated sprite, play, and then fall. And if it's bigger than 0, we can play the jumping animation. So animated sprite dot play and select the jump animation. And that's it, that's our script. So let's just go back to our project and see how it looks. So now we're in our main scene, and we can just drag our character from the scenes in here and maybe get this a bit more down. And we can also give it a camera. So let's get a camera 2D, and let's see where the camera is right now. I think this looks good, maybe a bit smaller. So here on zoom, I think this is alright, and then we can go here to position smoothing and enable this 5 pixels per second. I think it's okay. And at last let's go to our project and the input map. So project settings, then go to our input map, and here we can see our UI left and UI right and UI up. So if you don't have these left, A or other buttons here, you just go to here and then add and click the key. For example, for left we will press A, and then just select OK. So we already have A on left, so we have this double now, and we don't need that. And now this should be it, and I think we will be able to move. So let's just start the game. And now we can see our idle animation is playing, and we can also move, and our animations are playing based on what we're doing. Maybe the fall and jump isn't working right, and we can have a look at that too. Here for the fall and jump we have the same frames. So let's go back to fall, select this one by one and add this, and we can delete this one. And now our fall animation and jump animations are playing correctly. So that's it for the video. If you liked it, please leave a like and maybe subscribe to the channel for future videos.